Hey guys, back again with another video. This time I'm doing Fantastic Mr. Brand Part 2. Just gonna make this a quick intro. Basically, where we left off, I started from line work to black and white, and we ended on me adding just a little bit of color to the video. So, yeah, so we're just gonna continue from that point on. Alright, so let's get this video started. Alright, so what I'm doing here basically is using the lasso tool, and what I'm doing is, since Brand is like this entity that's kind of like this lava, fiery creature, he's like stone and fire and all this, so basically his veins are like the lava that flows, so I'm using a lasso tool to kind of portray that, and I'm trying to go through the width of his body, through the forms of his body, you know, so it doesn't flatten out the image. Since this video is highly sped up, it's going to be kind of hard to keep track of everything at once, but I'm going to try to put everything I can, as much information as I can into this one. So right now I'm going into his face and, you know, just adding these little cracks and such, just going around the form of his face and, you know, trying to bring it out, really trying not to flatten out the image. Now I'm just basically adding in some color variation to his actual suit, and by doing this I picked a lighter blue and you know, used different layer styles to achieve the effect that I wanted. And you know, just basically going in and just adding some more detail. Yeah, one more thing I did with the veins, after using the lasso tool, I went in with a soft round brush and picked like the red, orangey red color that I had used before, and just slightly went over it. What I wanted to do was get like this gradient effect, or, you know, not to be like completely everything is like, you know, this sharp orange color, but, you know, have it fade in so it's not too distracting, and it kind of gives it a more realistic effect to that. Alright, now I'm just playing with the background a bit. Really just you know, when I did this, I didn't want to focus too much on the background. I didn't want your eyes to really wander around like that much. I wanted you to focus more on the actual image, actual brand. So, you know, what I'm doing is I'm enlarging the image and just cropping it more towards his body, in a sense. And now I'm starting to go in and add like rim lighting on his hands, just because the part where his hands are, you know, it's going to be like this blast coming out of his hands, but, you know, there's a lot of light and energy right there, so it's going to create these harsh light settings on his hands, and I wanted to portray that. Alright, now what I'm trying to do here is trying to give like this effect like his the Fantastic Four, you know how they have this bodysuit. Well, I want it to be like he's so powerful that the suit, since it was designed for the Human Torch, that you know, and it withstands fire, I wanted it to feel like Brand was just really a lot more powerful, and that his suit is starting to burn off of his body, as it's like singeing off of his body, since it's like being overpowered by this new entity of fire. Now, you know, it's always good to flip your image. You know, you get fresh eyes when you do it, and, you know, you can see what's wrong with your image, and it's kind of fun too, actually, because you spot out a lot of things that's wrong. It's really good to keep doing this earlier on inside your paintings, just because I remember a time I was like an hour or so into the image, and I was like, yeah, this is awesome, and I'm looking at the image, and I'm like, wait, I haven't flipped this in a while. So as soon as I flip it, I'm like, oh my god, I see so many errors, like the face was all droopy, like his arm wasn't right, you know. So it's really good to flip your image early on, so just to iron out all the problems. Yeah, and also, as you can see a little bit there, I had like these little notes that showed up. What I like to do, since this image took me a couple days to complete, since I had other work to do, I leave notes for myself, just so when I come back, it's not like I'm coming back and I don't know where I just started or where I finished. It just like helps me, give me tasks, in a sense, you know, like one of the notes was, you know, fix his arm or something, you know, this is just an example, fix his arm, it's not looking right. So what I do, like when I come back to the image, I'm like, okay, this is what I have to do, this is what I have to do, and then I can continue on. Alright, right there, I'm trying to play with his fire here a little bit. It just didn't look right to me and I wasn't feeling it. And another thing that I did a little bit earlier on is I used layer styles. As you can see in my layers, I have a color balance, a brightness, and a black and white. Since this image was black and white first, and then I made it into color, I always still like to have a black and white a layer, black and white layer, just to make sure that my values are still reading well and everything looks good. And brightness and contrast to really bump it up some more. The lighting and color balance just to set an overall tone color for everything. I want it to be more reddish, more like a fiery red. So what I did in that color balance layer was just like bump up the red in it. So going on to some more, I used this fire brush that I had created, and basically what I did was, it's basically just like a soft brush with some texture on it. And I just painted around his body a little bit with it, and then what I did was I went into the eraser tool and used another texture brush. And what this does is when I erase into that layer that I made of the fire around him, it kind of gives the fire a more like texture, burning feel to it. Yeah, and generally I thought that gave it like a really good effect. I don't really do as much fire as I should, so it's really hard to make fire or just do it out of your head as I did here. I mean, it's good to use reference too, but this is more of a speed paint. So, and as you can see, I just did it there. I did the same technique, basically created like this white layer. I painted like a white layer in top of it, and then I erased back into it with that texture brush to give it like that fire feeling. Oh yeah, guys, let me know, since this video is really highly sped up from the last time. The other video was about 19 minutes long, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't want to hear me talking for 19 minutes, but if you guys have any comments or suggestions, or if you want to see me do longer videos, or even shorter ones, just let me know in the comments. I'm really doing this not just for myself, but for you guys. I like to put out art, and I like to do art that people like to see. So just let me know on that. Alright, now I'm just basically going in some more and just trying to add like these little fire lens flare type of sparks coming off his body. And I think I added a little bit too much, so I'm just going to go and erase some more and extending the canvas up a little bit more. I really want the viewer to focus on his face than mostly everything else. And also what I do when I'm going into finishing touches, I flatten down a lot of the layers and I copy it, and then what I do is the copy layer that's on top, I motion blur it, and then I go into it and just erase what I don't want to be motion blurred. Alright, since this video is really short, I hope you guys learned something from it. I had fun doing it, and I will definitely be doing more skins for League of Legends. I love the game, I love everything that it does, and I just think it's awesome. Be on the lookout for more speed paints, not just for League of Legends, but for other games. If you have any, if you want me to do anything, have any suggestions on games that you want to see me paint, or just let me know in the comments, definitely. Also, thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe. I'm going to be pushing out a lot more videos, and generally just guys keep a lookout for the next one, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you.